My name is Rebecca Grow, and I'm studying media communications at Full Sail University. So in media sociology, I'm really learning what it takes to make an effective media campaign, and a lot of that has to do with applying some brain-based strategies to my work, and optimizing the psychological strategy within the design and execution of a campaign. So today I'm looking at an ineffective media campaign, and speculating some ways to improve it and make it more effective in drawing and maintaining an audience. So let's check out this website. It's prohockeyfans.com. As you can see, it's a very basic site, and it's very outdated considering the fact that these blogs haven't been updated since May of who knows when. The first thing that I do here is kind of just clean up the site as a whole. I'd probably exchange this banner for a simple navigation bar and align it with their existing logo up here. If you start scrolling, you can see that it's literally just a list of NHL-based blogs, info, and stats. So in order to get audiences engaged enough to explore these resources, we first want to get their attention up here above the fold. The first step in doing this is to focus on stimulating the three main regions of the brain: the primal, feeling, and thinking regions. Hockey is an intense sport with a lot of physical action and danger, and since this attracts the primal region of the brain, we can leverage it in order to get audiences' attention. I would do this by adding something like an image banner here underneath the navigation panel that includes some pictures of players at their finest, either coming after the puck at high speed, which is very intimidating when you think about how big those guys are, or images of some of the fights or collisions that happen during a game, which can be very intense. So both these types of visuals can be intimidating and trigger the brain into its primal mode. I would also use this image slider banner thing to include photos of teams in their victory. So fist pumping, hugging, whatever it is that each team does to celebrate a goal or win. These images can stimulate the feeling region of the brain by introducing human emotion that triggers automatic response. To stimulate the thinking brain, I would include a question up top here and use it as a double brain-based strategy and make it an effective headline as well. Asking questions can not only bring your audience's attention to the headline, but it also triggers them to consider the question, which activates the thinking region of the brain. Questions like, "Are you the ultimate hockey fan?" or "What's your team?" Additionally, to make this effective headline stand out further, we could include a slogan that uses a technique called audience referencing to have audiences relate even further to the campaign. Phil Lewis, Chief Executive Officer of ArrowWebs, says that when you apply audience referencing, you are involving your audience directly with your headline, increasing the chances of getting them to click and convert. The more people that relate to the content, the more effective the message is. Now, we're already actually using audience referencing by some of those questions that I talked about earlier. So are you the ultimate hockey fan? You would be that audience reference. Or what's your team? That your would be the audience reference as well. And so a slogan, something like "for only the most die-hard hockey fans," is another example of something that uses audience referencing and even cognitive dissonance, because it's positioning the audience for self-reflective thought, like, am I actually a die-hard hockey fan? In this particular example, we're also using the word die, which can further stimulate the primal region of the brain by insinuating a sense of danger or death, even if it's just a day-to-day phrase. So these examples together would be a way to optimize this top region by including an image banner and effective headlines. Now I want to explore how we can use Cialdini's 6 principles of influence in this media campaign. This website is an interesting study because it's not a site for profit, but it's a site for community connection through the NHL. Leaders of career attraction vouch for the effectiveness of Cialdini's 6 principles, saying that these principles are effective because they can give you the power to influence others, which is exactly what we want to do as effective media communicators and strategists. One of the first principles that we can use would be reciprocity. Reciprocity is the idea of give and take situation. If you're given something, your assumed response is to reciprocate, right? A pop-up invitation like "subscribe to our email list and get exclusive access to insider content" is a great example of reciprocity because it's offering to give exclusive content in exchange for audience commitment or giving an email address. This type of commitment is also one of Cialdini's 6 principles because if audiences engage enough to submit their email, we're gaining a level of commitment from them to continue accessing the content. The last of Cialdini's 6 principles that I want to explore for this project is social proof. Social proof, as described again by career attraction, is when the statistic of other people's positive response is expressed in order to prove to audiences that the content is not only legitimate, but also popular and liked by others. We can apply social proof by sharing the number of fans who actively engage with the site, effectively swaying new viewers to join the community. The last thing I want to talk about is call to action. Calls to action are kind of that push to get audiences to do something, whether it be for a professional or personal gain. For example, a phrase like "join our NHL fan club today and get all the up-to-date info on your favorite team" is a perfect example of a call to action that also brings that principle of reciprocity back in play. Aaron Aggies, search, content, and social media marketer, says that strong calls to action are among the most important elements on every landing page because they can help boost your conversion rates. We want people to buy into what we're offering, even if what we're offering isn't a sale or other type of monetary benefit. Sometimes it's just getting people involved, and that's why calls to action are so effective. They motivate audiences to engage and participate, which is really all we're trying to do as media strategists anyway, right? So, if we were to apply all of these brain-based tactics, let's see what a new and improved pro hockey fans website might look like. Not too shabby, right? These are just some simple ways to make any site or media campaign more effective. Thanks for watching, and you'll be hearing more from me soon.